Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with a message that must be heard loud and clear. The world is watching, and we must act with clarity, strength, and vision. We have entered a moment of rising global tension. A major power has issued a warning in response to our decision to resume nuclear testing. They perceive this move as a challenge, and they are right to recognize our resolve. We are not seeking escalation for its own sake. We are asserting the fact that our security, our freedom, our very way of life cannot be taken for granted. Strength and resolve. Let there be no doubt, our nation is ready. We will protect our people, our interests, our allies. We will act when necessary, and we will not hesitate. Some may interpret our readiness as aggressive. I say it's responsible. Because when others arm themselves, when others push boundaries, we must be prepared. Pushing back does not mean provoking. It means defending. If we fail to show strength now, we invite chaos. Later, clear warning and accountability. To those across the globe who would test our nerve, hear this. We are watching your moves. We examine your actions. You are no longer free to act in the shadows. The decision to restart nuclear-capable testing is a signal, and your reaction signals yours. If you raise the stakes, we will match them. If you cross red lines, you will face them. This is not rhetoric. This is reality. And to our allies, we see you. We won't leave you behind. Your security is tied to ours. Together we enforce order. Together we protect what's right. Global leadership and unity, we stand as the leading force for stability in an unstable world. The moment calls for leadership, bold leadership, not hesitation. We must rally others, draw a line in the sand and say enough of uncertainty, enough of fear. We will chart the course, we will lead the way, and we will make sure the sky above our children is peaceful, not perilous. That takes power, that takes clarity. Hope for peace through power. But let me be clear, we do this because we want peace, real peace. Not the pretend kind that collapses when someone raises a fist, the kind that stands because everyone knows it's backed by certainty. When adversaries understand that our will is iron-made, then the chances for diplomacy, for negotiation, for real stable order increase. Peace born of weakness is a lie. Peace born of power is real. In closing, the world is watching this chapter unfold. They see a nation that refuses to shrink. They see a nation that is answering the call of history. They see open skies, but they also see we have access to the tools to keep them safe. Let us move forward with confidence. Let us send a message that we offer friendship to the willing, but we will meet firmness from the reckless. The choice is theirs, and the responsibility is ours. Strength and resolve are the backbone of any great nation, and in times like these, they define the difference between leadership and collapse. When the world trembles and rival powers issue threats, only those who stand firm can truly protect their people and their destiny. Weakness has never earned respect. It has only invited aggression. Those who doubt our power must understand that our patience is not submission, and our silence is not surrender. We are a nation built on courage, and our strength comes not only from our weapons or technology, but from the spirit of our people who refuse to bend when others would break. Strength is not about provoking conflict. It is about ensuring that no one dares to start one. When others test our limits, we respond not with fear, but with conviction. That is what keeps peace alive. Every generation faces its moment of truth, a time when it must decide whether to rise or retreat. This is ours. Our resolve must be absolute, because hesitation in the face of challenge only breeds uncertainty, and uncertainty is dangerous in a world where power defines peace. A strong nation does not apologize for defending itself. It does not back down when warned by others. It stands tall and acts with confidence because it knows that the cost of weakness is far greater than the price of strength. Those who threaten us should remember that we do not seek conflict, but we are ready for it. We believe in peace, But peace is protected only when backed by the willingness to defend it. The world respects nations that stand by their word, that show the courage to act when others hide behind excuses. When we demonstrate strength, we send a message not just to our adversaries, but to our allies and citizens, that their safety is not negotiable. Resolve means staying firm even when the world questions you, even when the pressure mounts, even when the easier path is to stay silent. History has never celebrated those who bowed under fear. It has honored those who stood tall against it. Our duty is to remain strong, to lead with conviction, and to remind every nation on earth that peace endures only when backed by power and determination, that never wavers. When warnings are issued across oceans and nations, trade accusations, there must be no confusion about where we stand. The world must understand that this nation does not issue empty words, and it does not make promises it cannot keep. A clear warning is not an invitation to conflict. It is a message of accountability, a statement that actions have consequences and that every choice made on the global stage will be met with an equal and measured response. When others test our resolve, they must know that hesitation is not in our nature. We believe in strength guided by responsibility, in peace protected by power, and in order maintained through clarity. The days of allowing others to cross lines without consequence are over. Every nation, friend or foe, must be held accountable for its commitments, its treaties, its threats, and its words. The time for pretending that aggression will fade on its own passed. Power must be checked by power, and peace must be defended by those willing to act, not those waiting for permission. Accountability is not cruelty, it is justice. It is what keeps the balance in a world where some would rather deceive, manipulate, and dominate. We send this message not as a provocation, but as a declaration that fairness must be earned and respect must be mutual. If a nation threatens stability, it will face the consequences of its own decisions. If it challenges our sovereignty, it will learn that we protect what is ours without hesitation. And to those who seek to test our endurance, we say simply this: our patience is deep, but our response will be decisive. We do not want chaos, but we will not tolerate intimidation disguised as diplomacy. The strength of a warning lies in the certainty that it will be enforced, and this nation enforces its word. The world watches every move, every statement, every act of will, and it takes its cue from us. That is why our message must be firm, consistent, and unshakable. We do not bow to threats, and we do not forget the lessons of history. Those who think they can act without consequence must be reminded that accountability is not optional in a world that values peace. Clear warnings backed by unwavering resolve preserve order, protect nations, and ensure that justice stands taller than fear. True leadership is not about ruling others. It is about guiding them through strength, vision, and example. In a world filled with uncertainty, a nation that leads with clarity becomes the anchor of stability. When the storm rises and the noise of fear spreads, leadership is the voice that brings direction, not confusion. The world looks to those who can act when others hesitate, who can bring unity when others divide, and who can protect peace without surrendering power. That is the mark of real leadership. It is not given, it is earned through courage, consistency, and conviction. When a nation takes bold action to secure its future, others may criticize, but in time they follow, because strength creates order, and order builds trust. Unity is not formed by weakness or appeasement. It is born when others know they can depend on you, when allies see that your promises mean something, and when the world understands that your word stands taller than any threat. Global leadership requires vision beyond borders. It demands the courage to take responsibility not just for one's own safety, but for the stability of others who depend on your strength. When powerful nations retreat, chaos fills the space. When they lead, peace finds room to grow. The world does not need more speeches about unity. It needs action that proves it. True unity is forged not through comfort, but through shared struggle, shared purpose, and shared destiny. A great nation carries not only its flag, but also the hopes of countless others who look to it for direction and protection. That responsibility cannot be abandoned when times get hard. Leadership means standing at the front, even when it's difficult, even when criticism comes from every side. It means doing what is right, not what is easy. It means showing the world that peace can only be preserved by those strong enough to defend it. When nations unite behind strength, the world becomes safer, freer, and more prosperous. That is how leadership and unity work hand in hand, not by submission, but by shared determination. Our role is to lead with confidence, to unite with purpose, and to remind every nation that stability begins when the strong act with wisdom and the willing stand together with courage. Peace has never been achieved by those who wish for it, but by those who are willing to protect it. The world often speaks of peace as if it is a gift freely given, but history shows that peace is earned through strength, maintained through readiness, and preserved through courage. When a nation stands firm in its power, it does not invite war, it events it. The surest way to keep peace is to make sure no one dares to break it. Power is not the enemy of peace, it is its guardian. Those who misunderstand this truth risk surrendering the future to those who thrive on weakness. Our desire for peace must be matched by our determination to defend it, because words alone cannot protect borders or secure freedom. Only when strength meets principle can true peace exist. The hope for peace begins with the understanding that peace without power is fragile, temporary, and easily shattered. Those who think the world will stay calm on its own do not understand human ambition or history's lessons. Real peace requires deterrence. It demands that every adversary think twice before threatening it. When a nation demonstrates that its will is unshakable, diplomacy gains weight and negotiations have meaning. The power behind peace is not aggression, but assurance. Assurance that we are ready to stand firm, that we are capable of defense, and that our values are not for sale. This is not about seeking confrontation. It is about preventing it. A strong nation does not need to shout to be heard. Its confidence speaks for itself. When the world sees that our commitment to peace is backed by unmatched capability, it inspires respect and discourages conflict. We do not seek dominance, only stability. We do not wish for hostility, only harmony. But harmony cannot survive without the firm shield of strength. Peace is not the absence of struggle. It is the triumph of discipline and resolve over fear and chaos. Our hope for peace is eternal, but it must be powered by readiness. Let the world know that we stand for peace, but we stand even stronger for the principles that protect it. Because only through power can peace endure, and only through courage can it last for generations to come.